Yo, what is up? Oh, hey, look at that. And then do this, and then do this. No, we're not done. There we are. What is up? How we doing? What's going on? Yeah, lots of cool stuff today. There was the trailer, or I did the reaction. History Behind the Warrior, who's in the chat, also did a reaction as well. So you should go ahead and check that out. What else? So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, we got Tekken 8, we got Mortal Kombat, and we got a lot of news from the Marvel world. And I kind of wanted to talk about it because, yeah, Marvel is like, is taking a hit, man. It's like, you know, because they're talking about like X-Men in Phase 6. And by the time they get to Phase 6, no one's going to care. No one's going to care. Lots of messed up stuff going on. Like, right, there was big news that Marvel is thinking of, you know, getting rid of Kang and going with Doom. And it's just like, there's a lot of rough stuff, all right? And I was saying this in the kind of the pre-stream. I think right now the problem with Marvel, it is not superhero fatigue, it is mediocrity fatigue, right? There is just so much mediocrity right now in the world of Marvel that it's just like, it's like a buffet and all the food is just like, you know, ugh, right? But it shows there are things like The Boys, there are things like Invincible, there's things like Into the Spider-Verse that show there is not superhero fatigue, it's mediocrity. People, that's like, and that's the thing. And like I said, other things, there's going to be tons of titles on YouTube. Woke finally destroyed the Marvel universe, and I'm just done with that whole crap. It's mediocrity, getting writers, and just not really kind of sticking to it. Because here's the thing, and I think I saw this in another video. Guardians of the Galaxy kind of messed it up for Marvel. Marvel's like, yo, we could take a series like Guardians of the Galaxy, make it the biggest franchise in Marvel, and we can make these characters the most, like, some of the most celebrated characters. But the thing is, none of their movies are being written that well or that good. So that's the problem, right? So, like, how do we go from Endgame, Captain America, your biggest superheroes, and we're going to make a phase after this with superheroes that nobody really gives a right? They're like, yo, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, like I said, it was shocking because nobody read Guardians of the Galaxy. And shout out to James Gunn for turning such a niche comic book series into some of the biggest, most. But the thing is, Disney now is not, you know, they have all these other movies and they're just like C's. They're all C pluses. And when you're trying to make this big entire universe, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. Yep. It comes down to storytelling. Yeah. Right? Yeah, man. Andor, you know, and it's like Disney has a lot of hits and a lot of misses and stuff like that. But yeah, Marvel did all that stuff before, right? There was diverse cast, but like, right? It's like, oh, if Volk is killing Marvel, then why did, you know, Black Panther, or both of them, I mean, even though the second one was okay, you know, break records and make over $1 billion. It's making them cool is what they're failing at. You're exactly. Diverse isn't the problem. It's just bad writing. It's, of course, there's like, I think there needs to be some checks and balances when they make a film. But I mean, here's the thing: they're going to have a field day with the Marvels. The Marvels is going to probably tank, and the hate YouTubers are going to have a field day. But like right now, yeah, the MCU is very uninspired right now, and they are failing at making all these new superheroes that are supposed to be in the next phase likable. I mean, the first Marvel phase into Endgame, there were misses. I mean, there was Thor 1, Thor 2, there was like Ant-Man 2, there was some misses, but the majority had characters that you loved, the characters that you cared about. And this one, there's not, like, it's tough. Like, what characters do you really care about in this universe, right? Besides like Spider-Man. And it's just kind of tough right now. So right now, I guess they're like the whole thing. Like I'll give it a Loki's fun. I think Loki, the Loki show's great. It's basically like Lost of Marvel Universe. But yeah, it's not only just too much content. It's just too much. Because here's the thing. You go to comic books and you get tons of comic books, right? You go to like when Civil War came out, you had the mainline Civil War, and then you had the one-offs, and they were all good. Right now, yeah, it's too much build and not enough pay. And to be honest, they're like, hey, our next big bad guy is Kang. All right. Not a lot of people know about Kang. Kang was like Doctor Who. It does feel like Doctor Who, to be honest, but I think that's I like it because it's unique, right? It's a very unique Marvel show. It's McDonald's good. McDonald's is great. The same meal over and dipping sauce. Yep, I can't do this much satisfy. 100% Warrior. It's like McDonald's, and we need some steaks. Marvel needs literally steaks because right now, like they're panicking. They're like, well, we'll make Doctor Doom and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, and a lot of it, like all these shows and all this stuff. And then it's not really feel like it's tying together, right? Like Moon Knight and She-Hulk and this stuff. And it's just like, is this stuff like gonna do something or anything like that? It's just, yeah, I mean, where are the Marvel comics? And here's the thing, right? It's like at the end of the day, I think you have to I think I have to just like take this phase and just like, okay, hey, sorry, because you know what it is too as well with Marvel, it's all about what's the big thing, right? Because most of these movies now, some people are watching these films just for the after credit scenes to see like, where are we going with this, right? I guarantee you're getting a good percentage of people that will watch a film for the end credits, just like, hey, where are we going? Where's this bus going, right? Most people aren't getting on the bus to like have a good ride or something. Like they're like, where's this going, right? The X-Men could absolutely change everything. I believe that the X-Men could absolutely change everything, because right now they're writing all these heroes and all these new comics, and like nobody really gives a they're not writing stuff as good as Guardians of the Galaxy. And so who gives a so literally right now, yeah, and that's the thing too. I said that many years ago. I said after this whole phase, what happens is the universe gets completely reset. We have a Marvel MCU where the X-Men, Tony Stark, Captain America are all in the same universe. That was my prediction when this whole new phase, and they were talking about Secret Wars or whatever the big thing is. We need a good Hulk movie. You goddamn right. We need Hulk to like be the Hulk, man. Woof. Because like I loved Endgame, but man, Hulk never got to be Hulk. Hulk, he got destroyed mentally. Yeah, because of Universal and it's but I guess right now, like, it's tough. It's tough, man. Like, they have to get the rights. Like, like Secret Wars, like this whole King Dynasty, like the whole, like the comic book is like amazing, right? Like, and they're saying, oh, there's multiverse fatigue. There's not multiverse fatigue because it could be done right. It's just not doing it right. Yeah, they're not doing it right. It can be done well. It could be done amazing, man. You could literally have it could be done super cool and interesting, but it's just not. But Secret Wars is just dope. But here's the thing, without the X-Men, it doesn't, dude, a World War Hulk? Yeah, I think they should do something like they did with Spider-Man, right? I'm lots of topics, but this is streaming, so I'm like reading off the chat. But a World War Hulk film could be fantastic, man. Like, they just got to do something like with Sony and like with Universal and just be like, hey, let's make a deal, right? Yeah, they need to bring in Doctor Doom. Yeah, 100%. Because like Kang, like people know Thanos, right? They know him pretty well. But I would just, like, argue more people know about Doctor Doom than Thanos. But to have Kang, yeah, nobody, like, main comic book nerds really knew about Kang and stuff like that. But Galactus, there could be like Silver Surfer. It's, yeah, man. Like, if like both game of the both of those comics. Let's see. Like, both Secret Wars were fire. The OG one and the newer one. And the thing is, too, it's like they're planning on bringing back previous Avengers and stuff like that. But the thing is, you just can't bring them back. You have to have them written well. They have to be written well, because these new generations of characters that are carrying on this MCU, nobody really cares about. Nobody really cares about. So, yeah. But, and that whole situation, like, they're thinking of getting rid of Kang. I mean, like, first of all, Kang hasn't, like, he's supposed to be the new big bad guy, but he gets beaten by Ant-Man. Yeah. Nostalgia bait is not a great sudden turn, right? It also does scream desperation, 100%. But, like, hey, Kang's the new bad guy. Well, he got beat by Ant-Man. Okay, and then, he's the bad guy. Oh, he got beat by Loki. And now he just turned into, like, this is not a scary bad guy, right? They're leading us to think that this is the new guy I'm supposed to be scared about. He's lost already 3 times. Infinity Wars, yeah. 3 versions of Kang are already dead, and they're like, yeah. And now it's just like, oh, nostalgia. It's just like, man, write good films. And here's the thing, like, like, I'm still upset what they did with Hulk, man. Hulk, he never got his moment. He never got his moment, even in Endgame, to just literally, like, hey, let's see how no. It's poor writing. It's predictability. It's like, hey, let's just follow what we've been doing, kind of, but we're not going to do it as good as the first phases. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. But yeah. But and like let's just talk about like right. So now, yeah, Marvel. The What If series, yeah, the What If series was great. I like the Werewolf series. Loki season 1 and season 2 are pretty good. It's very unique, but it's just right now all the some of the YouTubers are just gonna have a field day with what's going on. But yeah, it's a bummer right now what's going on with the whole MCU. And right, the problem, guess what? The Blade movie was supposed to be out already. Of course we had the panoramic, but even then, like, that movie should have still, like, it's been through so many rewrites and so many things, and of like the stories that are written that are true, how like Blade was going to be like almost a side character. Is that rage bait? Is that real? But if it's real, how hard is it to just make a movie where Blade kills vampires, some techno music, and is doing cool stuff? How tough is that? Oh, yeah, well, here's the thing, right? Because, yeah, a lot of YouTubers are, like, having a field day with the South Park episode, but, I mean, a lot of that was just made to make fun of those people, make fun of the YouTubers and the people that are getting angry and getting, at the end of the day, it's mediocrity and bad decision making on what's messing up Marvel. Yeah. And it's so weird that like now Disney's kind of like scrapping to like fix things, but I'm like, they're in too deep already, man. They're way in too deep. What are they gonna do to like fix the situation? And it's not like these movies are terrible. They're just okay. They're just okay. And when you come from the other previous thing, that doesn't do it anymore. But let's just see. Let's see. X-Men. I mean, X-Men could, like, right now, you just gotta give us X-Men, and you gotta not fuck, pardon my French, you gotta not mess it up. But, I don't know, man. It seems like Marvel, like, so here's what it is. Here's what it is now. You know what it is? All the movies now just seem like they're mediocre, and it's just building to the cool thing. Instead of having a banger movie that's its own movie that could also lead to something else, right? Most people are in it for Marvel now. It's like, hey, what's gonna happen? What am I, like, if I miss this, what am I gonna miss? Instead of just making an amazing movie that's fun to watch, that's awesome, that you don't need to like, well, guess what? Something big is happening as well, right? It seems like we're in this boat right now just to see what the payoff is. Instead of having in a movie that's like great and amazing to watch. Hella old. Yeah, we'll see. That's why I think, I blame TikTok. Yeah. Marvel Knights. Yeah, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see other conflicts. Yeah, and here's also, let's just talk about the whole situation, like with Kang, right? And the actor, and like the reason they're thinking of like throwing away the whole Kang line is because of what, like the whole court case. You know what could have defeated Thanos? Besides the Avengers? some freaking kind of court case, some kind of like a charge, some kind of, yeah, we all know why, right? Litigation can mess up Thanos, right? And it's tough. What is Marvel gonna do now, right? So like, hey, this is our biggest bad guy. So now like Marvel's gonna have to get their new character and be like, okay, we're gonna spend 2 years with you. We're gonna live with you. We're gonna make sure, hopefully you're married. We're gonna go vet you for like 2 years, because it's like this whole Kang dynasty is being torn down by litigation. So like, hey, remember the big bad guy's supposed to be Kang? Well, he's going through some court problems, so it's surprise, it's Doctor Doom. It's Doctor Doom. Which, to be fair, to be honest, it still can be Doctor Doom, because in Secret Wars it's always been Doctor Doom. Not Kang, it's always been Doctor Doom. But what you can do is you can make Kang Owen Reese. You can make him the Molecule Man. And the whole time it was Doom in the background collecting all the Molecule Mans, aka Owen Reese. And that was his plan the whole time. And it's Doom. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Like Doom, like the actor who played Doom said some questionable things. Well, it's not Doom, it's Galactus. Well, the voice actor for Galactus is canceled because he said that fighting game players are nerds. Oh, well, he's canceled, so now it's not Galactus, now it's this guy. Jesus Christ. We saw his Twitter feed, right? How do you defeat the world's greatest Marvel villain? Court case. The Beyonder. I don't know. All joking aside, it's kind of fucked up. You know, I don't know what's going on with the case, but it's tough. It is. It's kind of. It's like, I don't know what happened. But let's just say nothing ever happened with that actor, and now because of what happened in that whole thing, Kang is gone. That whole thing, that Avengers thing, that whole new dynasty, the whole thing is gone. Damn. Woo. That's something crazy, man. That's something crazy. I honestly, I think they need to sit down. They need to like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on with our films? What can we do? Because, yeah. And they're like, hey, what's killing it right now? These shows. Well, why are they killing it? Well, they're really written well. They're great. I don't think there's not been a Disney show that is better than The Boys. There hasn't been a Disney show that comes anywhere near The Boys. Loki's cool because Loki's very unique and like awesome, like, and it's kind of like a fresh breath in comic book movies, and it's something unique. But there's no show that Marvel's done that's been anywhere near that show. Granted, like The Boys does have some shock value, but that's not what makes the show good, right? I know it's got some, you know, wieners and explosions and grossness stuff, but that's not what makes the show good. It makes for like, damn. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Marvel needs an Andor, right? Andor, is it the most exciting, crazy Star Wars? No, but it's amazing story, great characters. It's like, damn, it's realness. And there's not that in Marvel. You're getting a bunch of McDonald's dollar menus right now. And the same thing with Invincible. Same thing with Invincible. Marvel definitely needs a shakeup from its formula that it has right now. And that's 100%. That's 100%. I'm loving Loki too. Marvel absolutely needs a shakeup, and it's not the X-Men. It's not having Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson coming back. That's not the shakeup it needs. Because that's just, like my boy History Behind the Warriors said, reeks of desperation. Hey, shit! Oh God, we're doing bad. Tony Stark and they're back. Black Widow's back. No. Dude, you got other stuff, man. You got give us an amazing Punisher film. Give us an amazing Punisher film. Give us a rated R Punisher. Make it dope. Give us a rated R Daredevil or a rated R show. Rated R movies can destroy. I mean, look at both. Look at Deadpool. But I don't know. At the end of the day, bringing back those, it would be cool for a film because, like, let's be like the Secret Wars. Yeah, it's a Marvel mess. Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. It needs a shakeup. It doesn't need Robert Downey Jr. It doesn't need Scarlett Johansson. Sure, those things could help, but let's get in the writing room. Let's write some better characters. Because I'm going to be real. It's going to sound, people are going to get angry and sound, cancel Kenny. The women being written in the Marvel Universe right now are terrible. They need to get... There are no Sarah Connors. We have no Furiosas. We have no Ripleys. They should have recast T'Challa 100%. I agree with that. We need just better written characters. They need to get women to write. I think that's but you know who's the best writer of like women, like badass women in films? It was what's his face? James Cameron. Sarah Connor. But she's a badass. Yeah, it's more grounded stories. She's just a straight up badass. And I'm gonna sound like those angry YouTubers that are like complain about woke. Because Sarah Connor's just badass, because it's not like she's like in a film and some guy's like, hey, what are you gonna do? You're just a woman. And she's like, no, yeah, well, I'm badass. Which is like cringe writing, right? It's just Sarah Connor, Ripley, Furiosa, banger characters, amazing. Some of the best, not just women badass, but just some of the best badass women, badass characters in film. They're like some of the most badass. Vasquez in Aliens, she fucking kicks ass, right? And I think it's just, man, when you have to announce you're badass, you're probably not. Inspirational and iconic. Exactly. Exactly. I think they're too busy trying to make them inspirational and iconic instead of making them characters. Characters. And that's what James Cameron did so well. He made them characters. He made them have flaws. He made them have weaknesses. He made them overcome those weaknesses to make them stronger, as opposed to like, boom, I just landed, I'm the strongest in the world and I don't need to do anything. And oh, you're just, what? I just landed like, oh, I'm gonna sound like them. I'm gonna sound like just those angry YouTubers that complain about woke. And it's not woke, it's poor writing. It's poor writing. It's like, look, She-Hulk, right? Hey, the Hulk's like, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to like be the Hulk and how to control your stuff. And then it's like, she's like, oh, I could do it already. Oh, you mean this? Throw boulders and clap and do all this Hulk shit that you've been doing your entire life? I already did it. I'm so good at it. It was like Ray. It was Mulan. Yeah, right? Like the guy Lucas says, Barbie is woke as F, but it's a great writing. Like live action Mulan. Hey, I'm Mulan. And everything I do is just, yeah. It's just to make it compelling, to make these characters vulnerable, to make them, right? Ripley didn't start off as this badass. She was put into the situation and became it. She was clever and they didn't listen to her, but like she became this person. Same thing with Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor, first film, she was, you know, the damsel in distress, and she learned and she became this badass. I mean, Furiosa she was already a badass in the film, but she's super cool. I actually want to see the Furiosa film, and I want to see her rise to the top. But I don't know, man. Disney, it's got to give us some characters that grow, and we just got to stop with like the low-hanging fruit. It's like, oh, hey, lady, I think you should leave. Oh, yeah? Well, we're so tough. You know, Kenny's like, hey, Kenny, the right-wing YouTuber. No, mother... I can be in the middle. I can see situations in black, white, and grays. All right? There is grays. There is grays. I can see it. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I'm like, dude, that's just kind of like... Ugh. It wasn't a Mad Max movie. Kenny, the alt-right Twitch streamer. Oh, man. Yeah. But, yeah, we're talking about Marvel movies, man. Stay in that gray. That's where I try to stay. I stay in the gray. Things are never black and white. But some people will see everything as black and white. And I'm like, no. I see things in the gray. I see problems on each side of the white and the black side. You know what I'm saying? Of the grays, bro. Take on Star Wars. It was a mess. Like, Star Wars was just a mess. It's like, when you get this thing, how should we have a trilogy. What should we do? Hey, hire 3 different guys and let them write whatever the F they want. He's gonna write his story, this guy's gonna write his story, and yeah. We're on the same ugly bird. That's right, left wing, right wing, we're on the same ugly ass bird. Yeah. It's like, okay, hey, we have it. So what's the big, like, here's what they should have done. The new Star Wars. here's the beginning. Here's the end. This is what we want in the end. Now let's write some movies that will fit in there. Let's write some movies that will take us from this beginning to this end, instead of like, okay, I don't know how you take this billion-dollar franchise and just be like, oh yeah, whatever. What do you think? Right? But you know, like they're like, you know what? It worked for Lost, right? It worked for Lost. It'll work for us. Yeah, Lost. You know, they just put a polar bear. Hey, where's it come? Well, we'll figure it out later. Yeah. And like, you know, yeah, indeed. We can't get mad because people want to get mad at Disney now. But people weren't mad at Disney when Disney bought Marvel and started making kick-ass Marvel movies, right? They're just messing up. Disney has the capacity to make good films, but they've gotten complacent. We need to shake things up. Shake things up. And it's already too late. Yeah. I have a lot of candy. But yeah. Like X-Men? I don't know, like, right? I already heard the rumors, right? For whatever. The what's that new film that's coming out? You know, the Marvels. I already heard the rumors. I guess, you know, oh well, it's the internet, but here's the thing. They say that's not for a phase way longer. They just need to clean this up. You know, if they started the Secret Invasion stuff right now, like, who would care? Like, at the end of the day, let's look, wrap it up, you know, restart this entire universe and start it over again. We should get a new Iron Man. We should get a new Captain America. We should have the X-Men. We should all be in one timeline, and we should make kick-ass movies that kind of like bleed into each other. Because here, let's be the thing. Here. If they brought Robert Downey Jr. back, how long can he play Iron Man? Unless they like CG him like Indiana Jones, right? Oh, of course they rushed into Civil War too fast. I mean, the Civil War in the comic was 10,000 times cooler than the Civil War in the MCU. But like, really, how long can Robert Downey keep playing Iron Man unless they just CG him the whole time? But yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I think at the end of the day is Disney's been a little too complacent. Well, here's the thing. It's also the rumor that's already happened. It's also the rumor they got him to come back. Oh no, there's already talking about that he'll come back and it'll be in like another version. I don't know. But I think people are done I think people are done with this cheap buffet that Marvel's spitting out right now, because it just ain't working. Chat, I saw one episode of the Scroll Show, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done. I saw one episode and I'm just like, yeah, this looks exactly like the Captain America Winter Soldier show. I saw one episode and I'm like, so this looks exactly like it, where it's like a bunch of regular looking people are committing terrorist attacks, and I'm supposed to like the villain. I mean, like, the Captain America show was like, yeah. Yeah. Peacemaker is better show than what Marvel's been putting out. You know? But yeah, I'm watching Loki season 2. But yeah, like, both of those shows, the Captain America Winter Soldier, and then it just like, it looked the same. These uninspired, uninteresting villains. It was good in the Avenger, yeah. It was good in the comics. And She-Hulk, yeah. I liked the Secret Invasion and what it was setting up. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I read Secret Wars 2015 and the older one. The previous one. And, you know, we need Reed Richards, right? You need Reed Richards. You need Doctor Doom. You could probably do it without them, but you kind of need those characters for that. Yeah. But yeah, Doom is just necessary 100%. Animal potential. And he did it to should have been a movie. Yeah. I mean, it was better when they had the X-Men in it and all this other stuff. Just need to, yeah. Yeah, like I said, Marvel's been messing up with Kang and made him lose 3 times. MCU book? No. I mean, I have like a lot of comics. Make Doom a woman. Yeah. I just like to see what they do. You know, it's like, at the end of the day, my whole thing is get rid of this formula that you're doing now. It worked fine for the previous phase. Do a new formula. Make these films stand alone. Make these films do great, and then just have some stuff at the after credit scene. I hope nothing happens to Victor Timely. Just make these films good. I mean, one of their first L's they took is when they fired James Gunn. They could mess up Doom 2, 100%. But Thanos is awesome, right? Their biggest L, one of their biggest L's was firing James Gunn, the guy who turned the most mediocre comic book franchises into their biggest names. And Disney's like, oh, we could do that with everyone. We'll do it with Shang-Chi. We'll do it with the Marvel. We'll do it with everyone. Yeah. Well, yeah. Blue Beetle was solid. Phase 4, yeah. And they need, oh yeah, and my last thing is they need to do something, because people are not going to care about your end phase. And when your film is going to cost like 220 million or 230 million or 300 million, nobody's going to care, because that's how much it's going to cost. I agree with you. I'd like to see Jonathan Major stay. Like, I hope none of that's true. Cut off, yeah. Shang-Chi was solid. Yeah, no, that's true too, Master Killer. Like Phase 2, like I said that earlier, Phase 2 it was some kind of rough. There was some kind of rough films, but they did stick the landing. Yeah. No Way Home. It's, yeah. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, I mean, and I'll make this, I guess, the end of the video, but we're still going to party on here on Twitch, chat. So this discussion will keep going, but I guess this will be it for the video. Disney, Marvel, make your films better. Right? That's easy to say, but just stop going with your cookie cutter stuff. Start really looking at your writers. Start writing better characters. Start writing better women characters. It's yeah. It like the way you're writing them right now. Talk to James Cameron. Like, hey James, can you help us? Can you teach us a course on writing better women characters? Yeah, respect the source material. Can we do that? Can you help us, please? We're still going, but the YouTube video is over. Come join me on twitch.tv/unruly. Thanks for watching.